Doing it for the culture, Southern Vibes. It's your host, DJ Crooks, and I'm with my co-host, DJ Ian Tune. What up?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm glad to be back.
And we're here with a special guest DJ, DJ Zitro.
What up, man? What up? What up? What up?
How you been, homie?
Good, man. Trying to survive. You know how we do. Trying to make it.
Trying to make it. DJ, eat tacos, whatnot.
Everything. It's hard to maintain a balance between like being healthy and eating tacos and drinking and DJing at the same time.
There's no such thing as a healthy DJ.
But it's okay. But it's okay. We're not drinking.
Yeah,
I'm drinking.
well,
I'll drink for you.
That's good. That's a good thing.
Anyways,
Taking
what
a
you been
break.
up to, man?
What's up?
What you been up to, man?
Man, just working, man. That's the game, especially with this month being so short. It's like no days off, man. Like it is. So except for today, which for some miracle I'm off tonight. So,
Definitely. Well, thank you for coming through and blessing the studio. It's
sure,
an honor
for
to
sure.
have you here. But you work a lot, specifically during the week and on the weekends as well. And I heard you say earlier that you'll have like one day off.
Yeah.
What are the current spots you're DJing at right now?
Basically, I'm the wrestling DJ for all the bombshells.
Okay.
From all the bombshells here in Houston and also in Dallas.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Damn, you go all the way to Dallas?
Yeah.
Fuck, that's a drive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, money's good.
Okay.
I can't complain, and then I get to visit some homies out there too,
That's what's
and then
up.
pick up other gigs out there as well. So.
There's a lot of DJs in Dallas.
Oh yeah, cool DJs, man. Shout out to Danny West, Solo,
DJ City,
yeah, all the DJ City people.
Mark Cuts, Mike Morris. Damn,
Man,
I just
there's
noticed
a bunch of DJs out there, man. They're super cool.
there's more DJs
Enzo.
in Dallas than Houston. It's just crazy.
Yeah,
The Dallas scene is like cool in particular, though.
yeah, it's a pretty cool spot to like DJ. Man, I feel like, and I hear other DJs talk about it too. Is like, oh, the people here are more open for different types of music.
Yeah.
But I feel like in Dallas, it's really like that.
Houston's open since when?
That's what I said too. Like I told them the same way. Tell me where you DJing at that I haven't DJ that they're open because I mean
Yeah.
I'm down to DJ there
Dude,
too.
everywhere I go is hip hop.
Yeah, exactly.
Like even if I'm at a wedding, it's like, yo man, can you play that Travis Scott? They want to hear the same 10 songs like over.
Yeah, or the classic play something I could throw my ass to. So the girls, the girls come up to you and be like,
I'd be like, I would Samantha, but you have no ass.
check that tailbone, girl.
This is ridiculous.
You know how it
man.
is.
So you're doing bombshells and then you're doing like clubs here and then. Is that true?
Yeah, I do Bell Station, Casablanca, every now and then.
Nice. And then you also you run the radio show, right?
Radio show, yes, Rumba Tropical on 90.9 FM every Thursday, 6 to 10. Shameless plug.
Okay.
So how'd you get started in radio?
Man, it was funny. So I had a Anarchy at the house one night, and he had asked one of the DJs, which is Super Neil. Shout out to Super Neil. He has a Curving Vibes show after ours.
Nice.
And he invited Anarchy to do a guest set. So Anarchy's like, man, I already DJed there before. And he's like, man, check out my boy. He could do like a mixture of like soca, dance hall, and then throw in some reggaeton.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he's like, man, I'll be down for that. It's something different. So went in there, and apparently everybody loved it. And he was like, hey, you know what? There's a spot, a 6 to 10 spot. Let me talk to the program director. So he got us an interview. We went in there. Blaze like, do you guys have any any radio experience? I was like,
Yeah.
no. I mean, I've done internet radio.
Yeah.
And Anarchy's like, dude, I've done globalization, which is like, pre-recorded.
And they hear that. And
So they're like, and then he's like, well, I'm in globalization with Pitbull. As soon as she said Pitbull, she's like, what?
Oh.
And I was like, well, I'm the DJ for the Telemundo tailgate at the Texans.
that's all you need to
And
hear.
then she was like, all right, you guys are hired.
Pitbull, Telemundo, you're down.
Yeah, you guys are in. Because officially it was a all Latin show. It was going to be straight Latin for the 4 hours. So we're like, okay, Anarchy's like, man, I don't know if I want to do Latin. So I was like, you know what?
You can put him on the spot like that.
Yeah, I was like, okay, cool. So we decided to start drifting away, and we added more mumbathon,
Yeah.
dance hall, soca, a little bit of top 40s here and there, hip hop like remixes, and dude, so far it's been good.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've been seeing the lineup on there. It's like a bunch of dope ass DJs.
Yeah, it's fun, man.
Definitely,
It's
for
super
sure.
fun.
And this was like rather recently or like.
This was about a year and a half ago now.
Okay.
That's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So yeah, I don't know why they give us the radio station, but hey, it's fun. It's been fun, and we've been.
And what do you think is the most challenging thing running that on your end?
The radio show, it's more of like battling with availability with other DJs.
Right.
because what we wanted to do is it's one of the first mix shows for 4 hours. It's a straight mix show.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of talking unless it's an interview or we either interview the DJ or artist. Because we had a shout out to Matthew Scholes in New York, Chris P in Florida, Chris Porter also in New York too. Right?
Yeah.
They're all like dope upcoming artists and stuff that they're doing stuff like, for instance, Matthew Scholes did a song with Egyptian.
Okay.
So they're doing a whole lot of work, and Chris P has been featured songs with Russian, the producer from Florida.
Nice.
So we got some like good upcoming talent and stuff that've been going out there.
Okay. Sounds like us, man. It's always hard to schedule things. Like even for this, like we have to schedule it in a time where we get off work or we don't have gigs. So
Yeah.
I totally feel you on that.
Yeah.
So shit, man. Let's start from the beginning. How did you get into DJing? And first off, are you originally from Houston?
I was actually born in Monterrey, Mexico.
Oh, okay. So my people are from.
Really? Oh, yeah. Shout out to Monterrey. Monterrey in the building. So that's where I got my Tigres jersey on. Yeah.
Oh man, you should have looked at a match, man. Shit.
Maybe that's
That's a little bit too close.
We could take a break and then you could change. Yeah, I was in Monterrey, born and raised over there, and then moved over here.
Okay.
And
Nice.
I've been here since. And
When did you move over here? When you were younger? Or?
I was, I believe I was 14 years old. So I lived half of my life over there and half of my life here in Houston.
Interesting.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, so it's been fun. I liked it. I came here on a summer vacation and I told my mom, I was like, you know what, I think I'm going to stay here. And my mom was like, are you sure? I was like, yeah. So I stayed with my grandparents for a good while by myself and started meeting friends and stuff.
Definitely. So did you get into more music on the other side of the border or on this side? When did you start getting into music when you were a kid?
I've always liked it. And I've always been like an EDM head.
Okay.
So before EDM was actually
Dang.
a cool thing to do, you know what I mean? So it was like I was like that. I was exposed to like they used to have like I guess club for teenagers and stuff out there.
Yeah.
And I used to go and check them out, and it was all like house music all day.
And this was in Mexico?
Mexico, yeah.
Okay.
And so I was exposed to it, and I was like, man, that's kind of cool. Like, it's a cool thing to do. So I used to throw little parties at my house, and I used to always like play music, and you know what I mean. I was in charge of like just burning the CDs and then just like playing music and stuff. So I kind of like doing that. And then when I moved over here, my uncle used to go to Cancun a lot.
Okay.
So you know how the clubs are over there. It's always like EDM too.
Yeah.
So I used to bring like the CDs from the clubs, and I used to listen to it. And then I was listening to 104 KRBE. They used to have a DJ called DJ Mark D back in the day, who was spin live at the Roxy. And I was like, man, I used to stay up and record all his sets and just like listen to it, and then go to the good old LimeWire and downloading some of his CDs, because he used to sell the CDs from live at the Roxy.
Oh, okay.
So I used to like download that stuff and just try to like imitate the same thing.
Okay. Do you think it's like especially with EDM music, is like the lifestyle that comes with it that kind of makes it more attractive, or is it just like the whole vibe?
I just feel like that a lot of clubs outside of the country, it's EDM is considered club music.
Yeah.
So I think that's what catches the attention. You know, I wasn't too into the whole like fame that came with it, because back then, I mean, like the DJs weren't. There was nobody doing like EDC festivals or nothing like that. You know, it was just clubs. Like you'll go to a club and it was like, I remember there was a club in downtown called Hyperia back in the day, and they had Paul Oakenfold though, so it was not on a big stage, at least here in the United States at that time. You know what I mean? So you got to see like him. I got to see like Afrojack at Stereo Live, and so before like the whole thing exploded, and all of a sudden like every little kid's like, oh, I want to be an EDM DJ. Like, it's so bad, you know.
It was crazy. And now they have like Halloween costumes, little kids dressing up like Marshmallow.
Yeah, or your Dead Mouse.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
It's like it's cool not to be known, but be known as your alter ego in the DJ world and stuff like that.
So you're a little bit older than me. When do you feel like the EDM bubble came, like for you?
I feel like it was around maybe like 2005 2004, 2005. I feel like that's when everything became so commercial. Especially when David Guetta started crossing over with the Kelly Rowlands and like all this other artists, and I feel like that's when a lot of people start actually paying attention.
Right.
But like nobody remembers the Paul Van Dykes, and because I started with like trance. That was like my thing. Like trance is like the way to go. Bro,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And then I started shifting, and then I linked up with a promo team at the time, and one of the promoters was like, "Bro, like if you just do EDM, you're not gonna eat."
Yeah.
Because you have the Stereo Lives, and you have like 7 DJs one night, and everybody battling for the opening set.
Yeah.
And then and you have a club in downtown that only has one DJ and gets paid all that money goes to him instead of splitting it or bar tabs for the beginning. So I was like, you know what? That's when I started like venturing with hip hop and stuff like that.
I think it's a lot of DJs too. It's like you start in your comfort zone, and it's just like, shit. If I want to get bigger, I gotta do everything.
Yeah. You have to, man. Especially here, because like a lot of people don't get it. Is like this city is super diverse.
Yeah.
It's like one of the most diverse cities in the country, and it's like you cannot just be stuck in one genre because then you're not gonna go far.
Exactly.
Yeah. If you definitely want to be a working DJ, you have to know different genres. Because I feel like me, I primarily got into more hip hop, and then they're like, "Oh, play more rock," and I was like, I appreciate rock, but I've never really played rock.
Yeah.
And then like slowly but surely, you know all fucking genres, and now you can do like dance hall, country, and all this.
You can do crazy stuff with it, man, and that's a fun part about it.
Exactly.
So to extend where I'm like, I prefer open format gigs over anything now because it's more fun. Like you have limited options to do stuff. It's just like I said, like here they're a little bit not as open as it like in the San Diego area or Austin, or even like Dallas too. Like I could be in uptown Dallas at a club, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna throw in a cumbia, just because it will go good with this hip hop, and then people like stop and like, oh, it's like going into it too. Like, oh, what did he just do? Like this is crazy, you know.
And I feel like that's the main experience that a lot of DJs are missing out on. Is just like they get caught up in the just like schematics of doing everything that night. It's just like we come out here to experiment, and that's the fun part about everything too. So it definitely makes everything exciting.
Yeah, we're looking to tune into a Southern Vibes episode featuring Brian Rhymes and check out a dope open format set by DJ Crooks.
See that's another person. I had a conversation with Brian Rhymes about like DJing here in the city, and it's like I think us as DJs gave in to the crowd rather than making the crowd listen to what we have.
Yeah.
We're always pleasing the crowd, like, oh, you gotta do that. Like you gotta play, they read the crowd and play what they want. And it's like, oh, they have other options, man. They have other DJs. Like, do you and then make them dance to what you're giving them to them. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, a lot of clubs are like that, like outside the city.
Yeah, and I feel like if you play for the crowd most of the time, they won't remember you. They're just gonna think it's another night on at town. But if you play that one, like if you come up with like a random ass cumbia beat, they're gonna be like, "Yo, what was the name of that DJ? He fucking played, Amy Winehouse into a cumbia beat or something like that."
Yeah, something crazy.
Yeah.
And I think it's a lot of DJs now. It's just like since basically a lot of DJs eat off of clubs. That's like they 9 to 5. They might specialize in to make it to like festivals and stuff like that, to where they're the headliner and stuff like that instead of doing it and stuff. But
see, I always give big props to like Big G.
Yeah,
he throws his parties. You know what I mean? Like it's my sound, and this is what you're gonna listen to. And if you don't like it, then just go to another club.
Exactly.
Go to your regular clubs that you frequent, anyways. You know. But yeah, dude, I think that's all about is just to be like have fun, man, and then throw in your flavor. Because then at the end of the day, everybody sounds the same if you don't throw in your own flavor.
Yeah. Definitely, for sure. So we got a little bit off topic, but that's totally okay. We're having good DJ talk. But you came over to the States. You started getting more into EDM.
Yeah.
What was your first transition to DJing? As far as buying a controller, some turntables, or a mixer.
Yeah. So check this out. So whenever I was in when I was in high school, I found this like old 1-channel mixer, and then I ended up getting 2 RCAs to like headphone jack.
Yeah.
And I got 2 CD players, not even CDJs, CD players. And I would like burn the songs, and I was just throwing parties in my garage, like basically.
Yeah.
And then one of my friends was like, dude, like a lot of people are showing up. You should try going into like clubs, you know. I was like, man, you know, it's not a bad idea. And then one of my homies from high school started promoting, so I started hanging out with him, and I was like, you know, let me jump in the promotion stuff, and then start making a little bit of money. And then I mean, at the time, I was messing around with like the virtual DJs and you know good stuff like that. So I started buying like a little small controller after that, and I was using a Tractor at the time.
Okay.
Because you know EDM, it was like perfect thing to use. And then after that, I got a chance to buy a set of 1200s MK2s with a piece of crap Stanton mixer for $600. Some DJ was selling for $600.
That's crazy. And
I was like, dude, I want this so bad. Dude, I kid you not, dude. I didn't eat for 2 weeks just to save money to buy that. I ate like some saltines and just water, bro, like saltine crackers
bro,
and
your
water.
DJs are not hungry enough to.
And then I just bought the set, and then man, from there on, it's been it just skyrocketed from there, man. To like you know DJ in other cities and in here and stuff too.
That's awesome. Do you recall some of your early influences when you started getting into this phase of getting turntables?
As far as like turntablist, I've never been a huge turntablist, even though I use turntables. I think it comes from being the EDM background.
Yeah.
But like I said, like one of them was a lot was what's his name, DJ Mark D, who play the records, the actual records.
Yeah.
On the turntables at the club, and you know from there like what's his name, A-Track, who does EDM and he actually cuts on the turntables too. So that's another one of the influences. And then of course as soon as I started transferring into the whole open format, then you have your Craze, your 4-color Zags and stuff like that I started like looking into.
Gotcha. Have you ever dabbled with production?
No, very little. Just you know, little hype edits here and there, you know, or transitions, just piecing stuff together.
Ableton and stuff.
It was more of actually Audacity, man. That's like one of the things that I started jumping in with.
Yeah. I know some people still use Audacity. So.
Yeah, so it's like it's good for like quick edits, like on the spot. Yeah. You know?
I just hate when like DJs or like purists like shit on other people for not using the same software as them, but like at the end of the day, if it works, it just works.
Yeah, dude. Like, I mean, I'm not close to doing it. I'm actually shout out to DJ X. I'm about to hook up with them, and we're gonna work on some stuff tonight.
Nice.
For this weekend, so
okay.
Let's do it. And then this weekend you have the festival coming up, right?
Yes, Electric Mardi Gras on Saturday.
Nice. Have you done that before, or this is your first?
No, actually, I've done festivals before, but this is my first festival, and it's actually cool because even though I was started with EDM, this is my first EDM festival that I'm doing.
Nice. Well, fucking congrats, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, because I actually got booked at Sombrero Fest in Brownsville.
Oh,
that's like the largest crowd I've ever DJed in front of. It was like 14,000 people.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy.
Opening up for Los Tigres del Norte. It was cool as hell.
That's dope. That's crazy.
Yeah, adrenaline was all-time high, bro. I couldn't even sleep. I was like this the whole time. After the next because it was a 3-day festival, the next 2 days were a piece of cake.
So how are you prepping for this specific festival set compared to your normal DJ
set? Usually normal DJ set I just wing it because I've always do craze. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this, do that. And especially like whenever you DJ outside the city, they have an opener DJ. Yeah. And they usually play all the hits and everything that you have in your crate. So I gave up. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do my thing and just go by what the crowd is like. So as far as this one, I kind of want to throw in my little flavor. Mm-hmm. So I know one of the things they looked at was the fact that we do the show. Yeah. And it's a lot of Latin influence in it. So I kind of want to do something like that. Okay. And I have some ideas and stuff, but it's going to be pretty dope.
Okay. That's awesome. Can't wait to see the videos. Or are you going to record it? You got to record it.
I have to record a set, yeah. I'm going to have to record a set, yeah.
That's going to be dope, man. And that's on the 15th, right?
15th, yeah, this Saturday. It's, like I said, I don't know how the lineup is as far. I know it's some Arizona DJs coming in, like Square the DJ, Grade Mute, and T3.
Gotcha. So I saw a couple local, like, OGs, like Tony Styles.
That's on Friday. Yeah. Friday is AK, Tony Styles, and Nonstop. Yeah. And then it's us, it's Anarchy, myself, and the 3 DJs from Arizona. Then the following week, I think it's all SBMT.
Yeah. Omix
and all them. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you haven't
I'm
went
gonna
out
have to
there,
come
you got
on
to
the
check it
weekend.
out, man.
I gotta check out what weekend I want to head up. And
Man,
just go through.
I think both. It doesn't matter what days you go. Like the lineup, the DJ lineup is amazing. It's cool. It's like all the homies and they're all like super dope. So
Yeah.
I feel like now it's gotten so big. It's like that's what a lot of people come for now. It's just that particular lineup.
and it was crazy because it came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Like I was not expecting it. Last year I DJ'd a balcony party out there, and it's funny because I told Anarchy, I was like, man, I was like, one day like we should DJ there. Like we need to like work towards that goal, and then sure enough, man, it was just crazy. Like was like a month and a half ago, we got the call, like, hey, you guys are open this day? Yeah, okay, well, what's up with y'all want to do the set? I was like, yeah, of course.
yeah.
It's a electric Mardi Gras, man. It was super dope. We went out there last year after the balcony party, and the energy was insane. It was like I believe like 5,000 or 6,000 people out there.
That's crazy.
It was a lot of people, and hearing Brian Rhymes and nonstop talking about how it started with like 200
Yeah.
Yeah.
on their first year. They did a good job, man. Like the production is amazing, the lighting is crazy, sound. Even though I think they Brian Rhymes burned an amp ramp.
Yeah.
I had just gotten there after it happened.
Damn, that's funny.
They were like, dude, we gotta tell you something. And I was like, what is it? And they told me the whole story, and it was crazy.
That's funny. Well, shit, man. Congrats on manifesting that. Aside from doing more festivals, what do you think you have in store, in the future for your radio show, and of course you as an individual DJ?
As far as the radio show goes, we're still trying to make it. Like I think we made our first goal, which is have the community, like DJ community, know about the radio show.
Yeah.
And have them tune in and listen to it, and we've getting a lot of respect out of that, and I think like it shows that all the hard work we're putting into it is starting to, give back, and but we're still trying to be better at it and do a larger scale, more of a like city world or citywide at first, to where like maybe like a major radio station will call us and be like, oh, you bring that show over here, you know. And
pretty much just expand the influence of the Roomba Tropical brand.
Yeah.
To all of the U.S.
Believe it or not, even though it's only been a year and a half, it's a project that we had worked on about 2-3 years.
Oh, really? Wow. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
like ever since I met Anarchy, I was like, yo, it'd be cool if we put both cultures and get it
Mash
together.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it just so happened that Afrobeat all of a sudden just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know?
And
And I know it's been
everything's
for
going up.
years, but
Yeah.
it's like, it's just now it's super popular now, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that and the Latino influence now, like look at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah,
Shout out to J-Lo.
oh yeah, Jalen and Shakira, man. God.
What do you think about that?
I liked it. It was a lot of energy.
Yeah.
It was a lot of energy. I mean, I wouldn't put it out there as like the best
Yeah.
Super Bowl because, I mean, you still got Prince.
Yeah.
You still got Michael Jackson back in the day. You know,
Yeah.
those performances were crazy. But like, it's good to see finally like Latinos up there and being featured.
Yeah.
and stuff
I
like
was
that.
just triggered Pitbull was out there.
That was crazy.
That's a city too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that
But
show
see-
was all Miami. Yeah.
Yeah.
basically.
Also, like
Khaled.
when we had it here, Beyonce wasn't in there.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think they're doing it to where it's not like all they expected, you know.
Yeah.
'cause- So,
I really enjoyed Beyonce's one when she brought out Bruno Mars and Mark Ronson.
yeah,
That shit was dope.
yeah, like
'Cause I think it was like right when the S9 came out and they weren't all over the place yet, and he had the S9 there, and I was like freaking out. And my dad's like, "What are you talking about?"
You like one of the people that
Like,
only people that's
what is
queuing
that?
in
What
with
does
this
that
shit.
do anyways?
He's like, "Man, Beyonce's on stage. You're looking at a fucking mixer." Like,
Like, that's what I want. Fuck Beyonce.
Yeah, I agree with that one. Like, what are you looking at?
that's crazy. I couldn't even imagine like, "Hey, Crooks, you're gonna be the Super Bowl halftime performance. What are you gonna do?"
And you're not getting paid because they don't get paid.
It's
Shit.
all publicity, marketing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, like, look
And
what
then-
else comes with afterwards. You
They
know?
give
for
you
sure.
like a big ass budget, and then I think you make money off the commercials and all the other shit.
Yeah.
So you get paid, just not directly from the Super Bowl. I think Coca-Cola or Pepsi is the one who shuts out the
Yeah.
money.
But I think as a DJ there, I will imagine the after party.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
You'll be booked for sure.
Yeah.
The official after Super Bowl after party.
Give
and
J
stuff.
Lo like 50 bands just to do a quick walkthrough of the club.
Dude, like remember when we had it here? I believe it was Beyonce and Jay-Z went to Riches, and they were selling tickets like
Wait,
crazy.
they went to Riches?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Or where it was, I think it was, I don't know if it was Riches then or it was Limelight, but it was one of the two.
Yeah, same venue.
Yeah, it was the same venue. So they're sold out on the tickets, right? They were there for 15 minutes, and they left. So you know how much money they made
I saw
in 15 minutes?
Shit, look.
That's the levels right there, bro.
Like you don't got to perform, you still making money. Like come on,
don't
man.
book me to DJ, just book me to show up.
Show up, fall asleep, dip.
Yeah, show up and just like there was another one too. I think Drink Houston booked Pitbull, and he just jumped in the mic and said something and Dale, dropped the mic, left to his another party. You know what I mean? Like, and he just made a lot of money on that.
Man, shout out to Drink Houston.
Yeah.
They need to bring that shit back.
R.I.P.
It's
Drink
crazy
Houston.
because now they're closing like a lot of venues out in Vegas. They just closed. Didn't they close like the Hard Rock recently?
I believe so. Do you know what I was reading an article where like now generations don't like clubs. They prefer bars over clubs. So if you notice, we don't really have a major club here in Houston anymore. Like Drink Houston and Roxy.
Yeah.
Or like that, no, yeah, like you said, not those super clubs and stuff.
Yeah,
like
and
that.
they're all like lounges or
Yeah.
bars. That's all we have now.
Everybody's trying to get that section price everywhere you go. It's just like, and if you do have
I
sections,
wonder why that is. Is it because there's face-to-face stuff, or is it the economy, or?
I honestly think it's just people really don't dance anymore.
Yeah, they don't fuck with each other.
No, it's like they're on their phones the whole time, and it's always like, and every little venue that opens has something that is for like your Instagram.
Yeah.
Like those little
Neon signs.
neon signs and
fucking
like
Pimp C.
I love you and stuff like that, and then you're like just take a picture on that and upload it to your Instagram and get your likes, and
Yeah,
that's it.
Dip.
Yeah, then you go to another bar.
it's like you're not even having fun, but you want everybody. To just
Yeah,
lick.
dude, like it doesn't matter. Like I've seen some clubs where you play the same song within 30 minutes after already played it, and it still works.
That's crazy. I couldn't do that. That would freak me
Yeah,
out.
dude, I have a pet peeve about that too. But
I would play a different edit at least.
yeah, either a different. Dude, I even have a thing about playing the same artist back to back. You know.
I could play City Girls back to back.
Yeah,
I'll be good.
I'm more like nah. I'll wait 3 songs from now or 4 songs from now before I play a City Girls. But I mean that's just me.
I feel
And
you.
I can't even play that song like. Because I mean I had that, I'm not gonna name the venue, but I had that where I was one of the headlining DJs, and I played Hey We Want Some Puss. The DJ played it
I've
like
heard this story.
yeah, the DJ played it like 2 songs after that.
Bruh.
It's like
It's just like
what are you doing?
Piggybacking off your shine and
Yeah,
shit like the
so it's
original
like,
dude.
it's all good.
That's crazy. Drop
all
his
good.
name. It's okay. We'll bleep it out.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm kidding. Anyways, so you have this radio show. You're doing all these festivals. Let's rewind it back a bit. As far as people in your family, did anybody have like a musical background? As far as like your grandparents or your mom, your dad?
Yeah, actually, my grandpa he was a songwriter,
Okay.
but I mean he was one of the things that actually for me was too big about the radio. Like I was like, man, first I was like, nah, I kind of don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Because my one of my goals was to just be on a mix show DJ on the radio, not actually have my own show, you know.
Yeah.
So so one of the things that my grandpa did, he'll write songs, but he was an introvert. He was never out like putting his stuff out. So there's a notebook at the house with a bunch of songs. They're not out there, and they're good stuff. They just need something, you know.
So you can collect that shit and
So-
go sell it to some.
So
top
that's
artists?
what I was like, man. I told my grandma, I was like, man, I want to do that and use the radio to like have my grandpa, because you know, rest in peace, like to have his legacy go on, man. And because he did give one of the old Mexican bands called Renacimiento a song which he wrote for my uncle, and they still play it to this day. But he didn't get no royalties out of it because it's not copyright or nothing like that.
It was just like
So and it's on that notebook.
damn.
So I'm like, dude, like, and luckily he didn't give that notebook away with songs, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, you know what? Like, we got to make this right and do that. So that's one of my goals to use this platform to get that music out there, man, and people listen to it, and it'll be kind of dope. You know, you never know. It might be like the next big song. You know.
Oh, for sure.
It's gonna be on radio.
Yeah.
I know you be selective. Be like, yeah, I got to get the right person to go ahead.
Oh
and
yeah,
bring
yeah,
us.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like the radio show, man. Like we're very selective of who we get in there, you know, because I think we build a high reputation now to where it's like you can't just bring anybody in there, man.
Yeah,
Like, you know.
especially you on the actual waves. This ain't just an internet show or nothing like that.
Yeah,
You got to come with it and bring.
because I mean we had what Spider Tech, we had
Shout out to Spider
Just
Tech.
Jay, you know what I mean, like Rockwell,
Oh yeah.
you know, like
Oh damn.
like top DJs, you know, Rockwell, Brian Rhymes, nonstop, you know, so it's like Heck, Omix, like dope DJs have been coming.
Fire.
Yeah, you gotta bring that energy. It's like because it's like that time slot is right before people are going out too. So
Dude, it's peak hours from 6 to 10. It's like traffic jam, man.
yeah, that's when everybody's
Yeah.
trying to get hype. You know.
Then we get the calls and we're like, hey, you're live on the radio, and then you guys are fucking killing it. It's like, no, bro, you're live on the radio. You can't be cursing, you know what I mean? But
They don't give a damn, man.
oh,
They just
no,
out there having fun.
Yeah, they're having a good time. We had a call, and the guy was like, hey, man, like, don't put me on the radio yet, but like, I just want you to know, like, I really don't dance, but y'all motherfuckers got me jamming right now. He's like, I'm dancing all over my house right now.
That's funny, man.
And that's the best love that DJs.
Oh,
like
yeah,
anyway.
dude.
It's just not.
I mean, we get some hate too, but
Oh man.
Hey, man.
it's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, bring in the DJ that was before you guys. It's like, you guys don't play Tejano. And I was like, man, it's not that kind of show.
That's funny, man. Since we're on the topic of radio shows, I know you guys are gonna have me out there.
Yeah, definitely.
March.
Coming
It's gonna be
soon.
dope. Kind of nervous about it, but
Don't be, man. It's fun.
We'll see
It's
what
the same thing. It's think about it as like you're there just chilling with the homies and you just we're having a session. That's all.
yeah,
And we're there to make you sound super cool. Don't worry
definitely
about
for
it.
sure. I'm looking forward to it. I got some dope edits in the
Yes.
vaults that we're gonna come out exactly with that Afrobeat type shit.
Oh, nice.
it's gonna be-
Yeah, I can't wait for
It's gonna
that.
be lit. So I see you got some Yeezys on, man. Those are dope.
Yeah, man. I'm a stripes over checks.
I feel that. What are your top 5 shoes?
I like these, the Wave Runners. I like my Statics, and the Yeezys are the ones that I've been using right now.
Which ones
Like-
are those? I know.
The Yeezys are the green with the black,
Oh yeah, I think I've seen those. Yeah,
the color form. Yeah.
that's dope.
So I've been using those, and those are like my top favorite ones right now.
Are they like really cozy and comfortable?
Dude, they're super comfortable, especially because we're on our feet for
Oh hey.
hours, and
hours.
you need that comfort. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So
Yep.
yeah, I love them.
You never get worried at the club when it's like hella packed. Like damn, people about to step on my shit, bro.
Bro, I believe it or not, and this is gonna sound weird because the festivals and shit. I hate large crowds
Oh really?
with a passion. Like whenever like I go to Bell or whatever, and I'm like, oh god, I gotta go to the restroom. It's like slam packed. I'm like, Jesus. So what am I gonna do? You know what I mean? So I'm like,
Shit in your
I'm
pants.
like, dude, I buy the spray. I spray the crap out of them. I go through like water repellent and dirt repellent sprays like
Yeah,
crazy.
those are dope.
Like I go like crazy. I should get like sponsored by Crepe, man. Crepe, if you're listening right now, hook me up.
Hook the boy up. Call security. Be like, yo, escort me to the bathroom, please.
Yeah, man. Like back in the day, I used to DJ right here on Fuquay, Frontera. It was like a Mexican club and stuff, and there'd be like slam packed, right? And I would have like security because if you try to go to the employee restroom, that was always full because there was a long line.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, and then they'll like stop people like, hey, hold on, I'll go pee, and they'll run right back to the booth, man.
But I actually hear that from a lot of DJs. It's like a lot of DJs are actually like introverts. And it's like, but once you get up there, it's like you cool. But as soon as you see everybody else, you amongst them, it's just like, nah. I don't fuck
Yeah.
with this
See,
shit.
I'm a people person, but I just
Yeah.
don't want to be. I don't like people bumping into me.
Yeah.
Like
You would hate,
hate that.
You would hate EDC.
yeah, dude, I like EDM. I've never been to EDC
Bro, you gotta
for the
go.
same reason.
It's crazy.
And I even told one of my buddies, I was like, because he's been to EDC's 4 years in a row.
Yeah.
I was like, if I ever go to EDC, it's because I'm DJing, not
Yeah.
because I'm in that crowd. Like,
Wait, have you even seen like the boxes they came in?
like I've seen like the tickets that how they
Yeah,
send it. They're
it's
super
just
cool.
crazy,
yeah. Like with linears and
Yeah.
like keychains and all kind of cool. Yeah, but no, I'm good. I'll watch it from YouTube.
Yeah, for me, EDC was cool. Like coming from a DJ perspective, because you'll hear all these big name artists, and you realize some of them aren't good at DJing, but just producing. Like you
Yeah.
could hear people train wreck on like a big ass sound system, and you're like, what? They paid this guy how much, and he's over here train wrecking? Like, it's just nuts.
Everybody on drugs and shit, so it's not like they're not even
Yeah,
hearing that shit.
yeah, and that's another.
I imagine that too. You know,
That's another thing too, because like, I feel like when you go to EDC, it's like really cool. It's all happy. There's energy, but like towards the end of the night, it starts getting all dark and shit. And you see like people shaking and shit on drugs. I don't know if I'm in the right place. It's crazy, man. But it's like the gang with the gang, the good and the bad and the ugly. But overall, I had a great time. But you should definitely go. At least do it once. I feel like people are really nice there. Although it's like really like cluttered. So.
yeah, no, I would hate that, bro. Like people stepping on me and pushing me, like nah.
Nah, you got like people with no shirt on, like
Sticky as fuck.
Yeah, they're all sweaty. Yeah, no,
you
man.
want water all the time.
And you gotta be prone to having mosh pits and shit over there too.
See, yeah,
They don't really have mosh pits. Everybody has their own kind of like standing room,
Really?
unless they open the one up.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that. Man, even on concerts, like I had to go check Willie Nelson. Like I had to go.
For sure.
I had to go to that concert, so I went into a concert.
Were you
and
high?
No, I was not, unfortunately. But
He was.
yeah, I'm pretty sure he was. And I was like, man, they had like a little mosh pit looking area, right, where everybody was just standing there looking. I was like, no, I'm getting the seats. I was like, I am sitting down, enjoying the show. Nobody bumping into me. Like, I mean, I'll get up for when people try to walk, but yeah, no, I don't do crowds, man. I hate crowds.
I feel that.
And that's why, like back in the day when I DJ'd at Status a couple of nights, they had a up high booth. It was like up high, and they had like a ladder. And you could pull that ladder so nobody could go up there with you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That was like the best DJ booth ever.
Where was this at?
Status, which is Barbarella's now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it was
cool.
Status back in the day.
I always hate those DJ places where it's like you actually in the middle of the crowd and people coming up to you requesting shit like willy nilly and shit, bro.
Yeah, even like on the we had at a Bombshells there was a Pacquiao fight, and it was slam packed, like slam packed, and I don't know if you know Big O. Shout out to Big O. He had a DJ booth that his father-in-law built for him, and he's like, hey man, you want to use it? I left it there. I was like, oh heck yeah, and I put it in a corner. And I pushed it as far as I could so it won't be in the way.
Yeah. And
I had a lot of space. Like I could fit 5 people in there.
Oh, shit.
And they're like, man, you got enough space? I was like, yep. But nobody else is coming back here. This is just me. This is my space. Like I'm not, because I will go crazy, man. I even told the manager, like, if you make me push this, I'll go home. Like I'm not gonna stand here in front of all these people. Like no.
Yo, that shit gets popping sometimes, especially fights,
like
big football games.
fights, football games, any big sports events is like. It's like max capacity, dude. Like sold out. You're talking about like 2-hour wait sometimes, you know, for a table.
And that's like a open format environment, right?
Yeah, I mean it's a little challenging because everything has to be clean, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean it's not hard. Coming from radio, it's like I hardly have any like dirty versions anyway.
Yeah, going to record pools, out BPM Supreme.
Do you pretty
Shout
much
out to BPM Supreme?
Yeah, man. Do you pretty much like make your clean edits sometimes, or okay?
Sometimes, like especially with the Houston music.
Oh
yeah,
for sure.
Because that's super hard to find that clean.
I still need that Mo City Dawn, man.
Yeah.
I got you, man. If you need it clean, I got it.
I have a clean version of Mo City Dawn. It's dope. Intro, outro, it's pretty fire.
Yeah.
I have to steal that, bro.
Yeah, I'd be playing at Top Golf, so I'd imagine Top Golf is exactly like Bombshells, but I feel like Bombshells is more of a
urban.
You can probably get away with more urban stuff than Top Golf.
Well, it's a funny story about that. It wasn't like that.
Really?
I kind of changed the culture a little bit on it.
I feel like they would play a bunch of rocker country, right?
At first, like it depends on the area. When Tombow first opened, they wanted nothing but country and rock for the most part.
Yeah.
That was a complete fail.
People looking at it, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was like oh, we got white people here. They don't want to hear that. Yeah. And then you got Little Becky and you know, coming to you was like, hey, can you play some ratchet stuff?
Yeah.
We want to hear Megan Thee Stallion. We want to hear this. We want to hear that. Till finally the GM was like, you know what? I want you to do what y'all guys do at the other stores here and just keep the people here. Pardon.
Yeah.
Because, dude, it came to a point where by 12, it was almost like dead. Yeah. People would just leave and
after the game,
only the bar would just be full. And then it's like, dude, you got a big restaurant for like 500-600 people and it's super dead.
Exactly.
You know, so when we started changing the music there, and all of a sudden people just start coming in and coming later. They have walk-ins
Stay
before.
longer.
Yeah,
And at the end of the day, they make more money.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. What are your top 3 songs that you play at bomb shows?
Right now, of course, it has to be like Mega Thee Stallion, Hot Girl Summer. That's one of their favorites.
Yeah.
City Girls Twerk.
Yo.
And Back That Ass Up. You can never go wrong with Back
Classic.
That Ass Up.
Classic.
It's a classic. Those are
the piano. Man, I really want to get a Manny Fresh interview, man. That's Manny Fresh interview. It's happening. I'm calling it. So.
Hey, go to Bombshells Pearland. Sometimes he goes out there.
Really?
Yes.
That's great. I really want to line. If you see him, let me know.
I got you.
We'll drive out there.
I'm gonna tell him. Yeah.
Like,
Dude, lately there's been a lot of people showing up. I know McKinney from the Texans was there.
Really?
A couple of Roughnecks players were out there. Dynamo players. Carmelo Anthony, when he was here, he showed up over there.
That's great.
So that's the cool thing about Bombshells, man. Like,
because they're
you get to
late, right?
Yeah, they close at 2.
Yeah.
So they you can meet a whole bunch of people. Like, not even just famous people. Like, just the regular people that go out there, man. They're super cool. Like, I had a guy that just changed my roof. That I just met him. One of my regulars. He changed my roof.
All walks of life, man.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty cool. That's one of the perks about DJing too. You get to meet a lot of cool people.
And it's good seeing Houston get more. It's always been a big city in Houston, but to actually see Houston get more popular nationwide, to where everybody wants to be. Oh, I need to be in Houston now.
Oh yeah,
this is pretty.
Yo,
dope.
Houston's blowing up. I guarantee you, nightlife is gonna blow up. Bombshells is gonna be more packed. It's coming. It's definitely coming.
Yeah, we have a lot of people now.
Oh, for sure.
The traffic is crazy. Like, I know. I had read an article where it said 2020 we're going to be the 3rd largest city in the country.
Yeah, we're almost there.
And I think it's really getting there because now there's traffic everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Hella traffic. There needs to be a new plague or something.
Everybody, because
There is the coronavirus, man. It's coming.
It hasn't hit here yet. So.
I'm like, shh, don't jinx it.
Yeah, let's not get it here. It's already in California.
Take an hour to get it anywhere.
Because it's crazy. It's like people from the bigger, like California and New York coming here. It's like, okay, yeah, $3,400 rent. $1,500 just like, hell yeah, I'm going to Houston.
Traffic wasn't that bad in Cali. Like when I went to LA at 5 o'clock, it wasn't as bad as Houston.
What part of LA?
It's like, it wasn't downtown, but it was kind of like in the main area.
Yeah, because downtown LA is horrible.
Yeah.
Traffic is horrible. Not as bad as like New York.
It was more like near like Santa Monica, LA.
Okay.
Okay. This is a little bit more chill over there in the mountains and stuff.
So, a little bit more to the left, but...
Yeah, there's times where you got to get out of there before the traffic starts, man. It's crazy.
For sure. So, what are some things that you wish you would have known when you started DJing?
Like that. It's funny that you bring that up because I actually had the conversation with one of my buddies that was the promo team that I work with. Yeah. I feel like one was like the negotiations. Like I feel like at the beginning I had lost a lot of money that I could have made.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just because it was such a like, oh man, I was eager to just get out there more than like my worth at that point. You know what I mean? Like I was like, man, I should have charged a little bit more because I know they're making good money, and actually gone out more. Mm-hmm. And because I know I heard the interview with Brian Rhymes, and I made that mistake because I felt like I wanted other DJs to respect me as far as my sound, and so I was looking for my sound and working on my craft that I didn't go out to network. Yeah. And I feel like if I would have done that, then I think I would have been bigger, like by now. You know what I mean? Like I would have been done bigger things by now.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, in a weird way, it kind of goes to that saying, it's not about what you know, it's who you know. Like people are always like, go to college, work, and then I feel like some people just stay and study the whole time, but they don't really go out there and shake hands like you would, and then you actually end up getting a better job if you did that through networking. So through DJing, if sometimes you have to go out and network with these people on Mondays, Tuesdays, weekdays, and just rub shoulders with some of the big cats in the city and kind of get to know them, and that could benefit you in the long run.
Definitely. That's one of my homies from Dallas told me that. He was like, look, man, I went out there. I met him at my cousin's 15, and he was DJing it, and he was like, look, I'm going to take you out to different spots in Dallas. And he said, I'm going to introduce you to all the people that I know. Yeah. Because in this game is not who you know is what you know, but what you know is what gets you there. Mm-hmm. Is what keep you there. I'm sorry. So it's crazy. And then from there on, man, like just met a whole bunch of like DJs and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because like I feel like if you help another DJ out or plug them with other people, it just kind of goes into a snowball effect of like things start leading your way.
Yo, yeah, dude, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Like a good example, the like a Bombshells, right?
Yeah.
At that time, Anarchy needed like some gigs because he was going through a hard time. So I was like, man, just start hanging out with me. I'll try to plug you in.
Yeah.
I plugged him in. He starts getting all this stuff. Then all of a sudden, the radio opportunity comes on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It just like snowballs from there, and it's like you start like hanging. Like I got Brian Rhymes and Nonstop in, and then I started hanging out with them. Then other people like just jumping in and just DJing with them, and I was like, oh, bookings here left and right, left and right, left and right. So it's like it's just crazy.
Because it's like you in the world that you have to be seen, you know, for people to actually fuck with you like that. And then once you get seen more and more, everybody gonna fuck with you.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Especially this day and age, it's like social media is like, oh yeah, I see you play here. Can you come over to my place, you know, and do shit like that? And
it's all that flashy shit too. They like all the flashy shit. Like I know he said something about what the pictures and the Instagram, but I mean nowadays the people they don't even ask you for APK anymore.
Yeah.
It's all like how many followers you have.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, you do realize that people buy followers too, you know?
Yeah.
Or
no engagement on their page.
Yeah. Or shout
like,
out to the people that use those bots, and
yeah.
then all of a sudden they watch your story, but they don't follow you. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's been happening to me because some dude was like, "Yo, comment on my last pic," and I was like, "Fuck off." And then I saw he was a DJ City rep, so I was like, "Oh fuck, unsend."
Don't worry about it. They're not gonna read it. This is probably like just a bot.
It's cool. I'll bleep it. But I just feel like, because with us, like as DJs, like you have to be seen, you have to network, you have to rub shoulders with these people, but at the same time we have to like work on our craft as well. So it's almost like you have to kind of do both, and if not, you're fucked.
It's hard work, man. It's hard work keeping up with like. You gotta keep up with your Instagram, your Facebook, your Twitter. Like,
Instagram's a chore to me.
Yeah, to me, Instagram is probably the best thing. And you know what's crazy? Like, and Anarchy had mentioned it too. Is like one of the things that a lot of the Houston DJs lack of is marketing. Mm-hmm. A lot of them don't market themselves. And I was like, oh, what are you talking about? You know. And then he started helping me out, and then all of a sudden, like my followers just started going up.
Yeah. And
I was like, oh damn, you're right. Like the photo shoots is important. The you know, your little schedules here and there, you know what I mean? Like that thing, like people like look at that, and some people made fun of me because like, oh, all you have is like bombshells, and clubs here and there and all this stuff. But even that, just because of like the way I did it, I had comments on it when I DJed in Dallas. Like people from Dallas commented on it. You know, it was like, oh, we got the two girls talking to each other. It's like we need to go to that night, like. And they showed up and they showed love and everything. You know what I mean?
No, they're just hating because they ain't got shit to do that day.
I mean, I'm not tripping. I mean, either way, I still get paid, so it's all good.
Yeah, exactly.
Instagram is important for sure.
Yeah, because it's all about your image. That's what all it comes down to.
It's more of it's becoming the Google search now because people aren't searching on Google more. They're looking at hashtags, Houston DJ or, you know. And I get a shitload of booking from Instagram because they'd be like, yo, I was looking at Houston DJ, I saw your video. Like, we want to book you for a wedding, no questions asked. I'm like, really? No, like, I don't gotta give you a pitch or anything.
But it's back to the marketing part.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the way you edit the videos.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, like Just Jay told me the same thing too.
Yeah.
Just Jay is like, his advice was you got to do something different than everybody else.
Yeah.
Hence why he got selected to the first time for Poland was because he was DJing in front of a waterfall when he submitted his Red Bull 3 style. And I mean, who does that?
Yeah.
He's like, dude, that shot took like 3 days.
Damn.
But I mean, it was worth it because he automatically, that was before they did the Caribbean finals. So yeah, man, it's you have to like step out of the box and then do something different, you know. So that's why when we came out with the calendar, where like I walk out and I'm like, you know, pointing the dates and stuff like that. So
did you physically make that, or
no? We paid some dude to do that.
Nice,
like
that shit's dope.
Yeah, it was cool.
You guys are like your flyers are animated, which is different from most DJs. We're doing a good job at being DJing compared to just being a photo, it's like a video and it's animated.
Yeah.
Because now people just like this, and like, oh shit, you know.
Yeah, dude, and it is cool because it's your 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So it's like since everybody's attention span is so short, that catches the people's eyes. It's like, oh man, that's where it's at.
Yeah, that's where it's at. Check that out.
Yeah.
For sure. So what's the craziest shit that's ever happened to you during a gig?
Man, one of them was I made it all the way to 290 one night to my gig.
Yeah.
I left my hard drive at home.
Did you call anybody?
Huh? No, luckily I had recorded one of my sets from when I DJ'd at the I-10 location. So I had the bombshells drops and everything. Play that, drove back, came back. People were dancing. So it's like I never left. Even the manager was like, bro, I need that mix. I might not need you anymore. Like, let's leave it here. But yeah, that was one of them. Man, the craziest one was the Sombrero Fest with 14,000 people, like where the adrenaline was like to its max. And I called the MC. I was like, yo, are you awake? He's like, no, man, I was falling asleep. Because, I mean, he's used to that MCing for that many people. And it was my first time. And I'm like, dude, I can't. Like, let's go downstairs, grab some drinks or something. Like, dude, I can't sleep right now. But, I mean, to me, that was like the craziest experience. And it was cool. And I could see why, like, a lot of artists gravitate towards that because it's like an adrenaline and it's like, it's a good feeling, it's addictive. Like, man, I want to do more of that. Like, you know what I mean? So.
And then hearing yourself on such a big ass system too is just like.
Yeah, and then I'm like, dude, all those people are dancing. And it's because I'm playing that, you know what I mean? They're bopping their heads or they're like, having a good time. And then I had one of the bands was warming up to my music that I was DJing. And the guy was like, dude, you're dope as fuck. Like, you're playing some good cumbia stuff. Because there was a cumbia band from Colombia.
Oh, wow.
And the guy was like, dude, you're dope, man. I dig that. Because I went from like cumbia to like some salsa. So that's when the girls started, their dancers started like warming up.
Oh, wow.
So it was a cool experience. And then, of course, being in the States with Tigres del Norte, bro. Like, these dudes have a special on Netflix. You know what I mean? Like, they're big.
That's crazy. But yeah, man, what's next for you in the future for Zitro?
I want to start doing more since like the whole EDM stuff. I want to do a little bit more of that, but I think now I've transitioned more into the Latin.
Yeah.
That I kind of want to do more stuff like more Latin festivals, which I have one coming up in April. I did it last year too with the Houston Latin Fest in Jones Plaza.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, it was pretty dope, man. It was my first time last year, and it was like their best year that they had a Latin Fest because they did it different this time. They didn't bring an act from outside, like a known artist. They tried to do everything all local talent, which to me that was amazing.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Because it give a lot of opportunity for other people to come up.
Yeah, especially in their own city.
Yeah.
Which is, it's funny you say that because I feel like Latin music is becoming more popular mainstream. Mm-hmm. If you look at like EDM DJs and producers like Snake, they're doing more Latin stuff.
Yeah, because you have your J Balvins, your Bad Bunnies, your Malumas. Yeah. They're doing crossovers like crazy.
People don't even know what they're saying, but it's like they love the music and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it makes you bop to your head like, oh man, that's dope, Whatever he said.
And the beat's nice too, so they're just chilling.
Oh yeah, definitely, man.
But one thing we do at the end of the show is we ask all of our guests if they were to give their last 30-second speech to the world, whether if it's giving advice or spitting game to all the upcoming DJs, what would that be like for you?
Man, I would say just treat everybody equally, man, with respect when it comes to like, club owners to your peers, especially amongst peers, man. I think like the DJ game, it's now like the city is getting better. I feel like everybody's a little bit more united. Everybody's helping each other. And I know back in the day we used to have Dirty Rice. It was a group. And they used to have like, shout out to Nas, 'cause he was the one that started it. And if you needed a cover, you just put it on there and then people did it. But for some reason it disappeared. And I feel like that when that was gone, like the DJ community kind of went their all separate ways. But now it's coming together again. Yeah. So it's one of those like, man, just everybody's out there to make money, man. There's plenty of money for all of us to make it. So you just got to go out there and grind and just help each other out, man.
Okay.
For sure. Wise words for the legend himself, DJ Zitro. If you need anything from us, man, let us know. You're part of the squad now.
Appreciate
you
it,
so
brother.
much for coming through.
I'm looking forward to seeing you at the
lot
show.
of dope conversation, and can't wait to check out the radio show. Where can all the people find you? Plug in all your radio shows. Anything you want to plug in?
For sure. DJ Zitro is DJ Zitro _ at all social media. And Rumba Tropical on 90.9 FM KTSU, Thursdays 6 to 10.
And that's it, guys. Peace. Check us out.